All righty, folks, we're back. We're live. Welcome to the Everything Bears show, where today's show we're going to be reviewing that rumble in the jungle of Cincinnati where the Bears pulled it off in a fucking thriller. It's craziness. And I have to say, if any of you people watched the last episode, yes, I predicted the Bengals to win. And my co-host was really ready for me to eat some crow. So I wouldn't be a gentleman if I didn't give a formal apology to the Wedge and the rest of you at home. Here it goes.
I'm stupid, you're smart. I was wrong, you were right. You're the best, I'm the worst. You're very good looking, I'm not attractive.
All right. As long as you're willing to admit that.
You know what? I forgive you as long as you give me that intro. Let's do it. Woo!
Woo!
Man, what a game, huh? Holy cow. 47 points. Needed every one of them, too.
Track meet.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that. I have to say, you called that. I also thought it was going to be a track meet. I just didn't think the Bears were going to be able to keep up their end of the track meet. But I was happily
points.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Happily. I'll take that all the time.
Nowhere in my wildest imagination did I think that we were going to have to outpace them with 47 points. Who knew that 42 points wasn't enough to win this game? Yikes, man. Holy cow.
Well,
it was the perfect storm, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Top two receivers. We talked to them, talked about them in nauseum.
Yep.
The corner, the DB room, decimated. I wonder if Flacco's arm fell off after that game, though.
I bet he had the biggest bag of ice wrapped around his shoulder. Yeah.
It probably had to keep it on there, yeah.
Yeah.
Career day for him, most passing yards, almost hit 5 bills, and he lost.
Yeah, that hurt. That stings.
Bummer.
That's like getting kicked in both balls.
Yeah.
Can you believe that guy's been playing in the league 20 years and he has a career game against us that week? Unbelievable.
Let's hope that the career game stopped there because foreshadowing a little bit for next week, we're going against a rookie. But
yeah, we'll definitely touch on that before that game. But man, just like you said, man, top two wide receivers going up against a banged up secondary for the Bears with, again, not a whole lot of pass rush to speak on. But we knew a savvy vet. That's what made us think we were going into a track meet was because, right, a savvy vet knows how to dissect most defenses and especially an injury riddled one. And he did the thing. He did the thing. But our offense was able to keep pace with that high-flying Cincinnati Bengals offense.
Yeah. Kyle Monungai, man, he was outstanding. Loveland, NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah.
And who would have thought we would have scored 47 points and Rome had 0 catches, I think? I don't think he had anything.
Yeah. 3 targets, no catches.
Mhm.
And then his pops
Might have had a
takes to
couple drops
Twitter.
in there. Yeah.
Yeah, his pops takes to Twitter asking for him to be traded to a team that'll actually target him. I don't fault Rome for that. His dad's his own man, but come on, Rome, you got to hit up pops and be like, "Yo, dog, like, stay the fuck off Twitter." Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you, thanks, pops.
There's another sports star. If you need a hand on how to handle your dad, why don't you hit up Tyrese Halliburton after he got in Giannis's
Ooh,
face in the playoffs?
yeah, huh?
Um, yeah, perfect example. I get it, family's family, but man, didn't he come out and say something last year too?
Yeah,
Like throwing out tweets when Rome was open in the end zone and everything else like that?
yeah. He was showing shit like Malik Neighbors numbers and shit like that,
Yeah.
and and it's funny because I think we all thought that Caleb's dad was going to be the problem.
Nope. Haven't heard
Eh,
a word. Caleb's got his
not a
dad in
peep.
check. Yeah.
Yeah, not a peep from Caleb, Mr. Williams. But Mr. Odunze, man, just put the phone down, man. Stop
Yeah.
tweeting. Let Ben Johnson cook. Let him
Yeah.
cook.
At the very least, man, get a burner account like Kevin Durant or something. Don't make it
For
so obvious.
for real. I mean, and I don't know the Bears team stats offhand, but I'm guessing Rome's the leading receiver. He probably leads in yards. He leads in touchdowns. Settle down. Settle down.
Yeah. Come on, bro. So you would be almost correct. He's tied for the lead in
Oh.
receptions with 31. Yes, he is leading the team in yards. And yes, he's leading the team in touchdowns with 5. Next closest one, our boy Colston with 2 in the last game.
Who's tied in receptions? DJ?
Zacchaeus.
Damn.
Yeah. DJ's one
OZ.
behind. He's one off the pace. Or else we'd have
Okay.
3 dudes with 31 grabs.
Yeah, all
So,
right. So, I mean, golly, man. Golly.
Rome's on pace for about 1,200 yards, and you're tweeting out your boy ain't getting anything. Chickadee, check yourself before you wreck yourself, bro.
Yeah, and plus that too. I mean, you don't trade second year wide receivers. You don't do that. Actually, you
No.
don't try. I don't think you trade much of anybody on a rookie contract unless they're like in their last year.
Right, exactly. Which we'll get into with some of the craziness that happened in the trade deadline. Maybe not right this second. Let's concentrate on the Bengals, but
Yeah.
we'll get there, guys. We'll get there.
But yeah, I mean, and also too, and if you wanted to be a dick about it, which I'm sure I didn't go to the comment section to see because I bet Romo Dunze's dad got fucking shredded on Twitter.
Mhm.
I'm sure of it. But if you wanted to be a dick about it, you would fire back at him and say, "Well, why don't you tell Rome to start catching the fucking ball, and then he'll get targeted more."
Yes.
That's if you want to be a dick about it. Don't want to be a dick about it. I think Rome's getting targeted enough. Okay, he's like the biggest part of our offense, at least what Caleb shows. Caleb's looking for Rome. Rome's
Mhm.
probably the first read on a lot of plays. Settle down, pops. That's
Yeah.
it.
Chill out, bro. Take a chill pill, as we used to say in the 90s.
Take a chill
Next.
pill. That's it.
Yeah.
But
Romestead, if you're subscribed, thank you, by the way. Keep listening.
yeah, keep tuning in. But yeah, just an all-out very good performance by the offense to keep pace with the Bengals, which was weird. And not even so much keep pace. We were up big.
Yeah.
Some say the biggest lead they've ever seen. All right.
Yes.
And then in the matter of 49 seconds, the Bengals rattle off 15 points. rattle off 15 points. I'm on my couch saying to myself,
Mhm.
how the fuck did we get here? But
Well, let's dive into that a little bit. How did we get there? Defense obviously has to be a topic this week, and seeing how you kicked us off here, after watching this defensive performance, I was curious. I asked myself, boy, in the last 3 weeks, I can remember the Bears giving up some pretty quick scores. So I posed the question to myself with this hard-hitting statistical thing here. How many touchdowns has the Bears defense given up in less than 3 minutes? I just pulled 3 minutes because I'm figuring, you know what, guys, that's considered a fairly quick score, right? Would you agree with me on that?
a 3-minute drive, yeah, that's
Yeah,
fast. That's a
fast,
fast
right?
drive and touchdown. Yes.
Okay, so guys, you don't
How
have to
many
go
times?
looking. I have the answer. But first, let's turn it over to Ezra. How many times do you think? Let me give you how many total touchdowns, okay, so that you have some context.
Okay.
So the Bears have given up 27 total touchdowns, one of them on special teams. So
Okay.
26 touchdowns. Of those 26 touchdowns, how many of those drives were under 3 minutes? Do, 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 do.
Anybody in the chat? There's 9 of you.
Yeah.
If you guys caught that, drop what you think. How many out of the 26 touchdowns the Bears defense have given up? How many of those 26 touchdowns came in the opposing offense's driving under 3 minutes? 3 minutes or less. How
We
many of those
blew it,
26?
man. I should have had you
Um,
have that music cued. Damn.
yeah. We
My
might have
bad.
got caught. We could have. I'll have to come up with something that's similar to it because we could get copyright hit with that one. But okay, so 26.
Mhm.
Wow. Okay, and how many came in within 3 minutes?
Yep.
I mean, the fact that this stat comes up, I have to think that it's high. Is it gonna blow my fucking mind high? Like, okay, let me think about it. Let me think. 26. Let's
I'm going to
say
give you another clue here, guys. They gave up 4 touchdown drives against the Bengals alone under 3 minutes.
4 came in just the
Mhm.
one game against the Bengals.
Yeah.
Okay,
The one
so
that we just watched.
I'm gonna go a few higher than what I was gonna guess then.
Okay. Figured it might sway
20?
you a little bit.
20?
20. Okay. Okay.
Don't
You
tell me
locking it
all of
in?
them.
You
What?
locking
Don't
it
tell
in?
me. Don't tell me it's fucking all 26 of them.
I wouldn't be sitting in front of this camera. I would have fallen out of my chair dead if it was all 26.
All right, I'm gonna go
No.
20 though.
Okay, you're
20?
going to say 20. Based off of your prediction last week, I'm not surprised you're glass half empty guy right now. Not
Yeah.
quite that bad.
Okay.
Not quite
Okay.
20,
Was it gonna
but
be 17?
13.
Oh, 13. Okay.
13. Half of them. Half of the
them.
touchdown drives, 3 minutes or less. And I have the breakdowns per game.
Holy
Bengals,
shit.
like we said, gave up
4.
4. Ravens, 2 of them.
2. Okay.
Saints, 1. We remember
1.
it well. It was at the end of the first half.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
The one coming out of half, I think, was like 4.5 minutes. So the Commanders, none.
Okay.
But they
The
did
Lions.
have 2 touchdowns. I'm not there yet, but yeah. They did give up 2 touchdowns to the Commanders that were under 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So they just barely squeaked in.
Okay.
Raiders gave up 1. The Ashton Genty 1-play drive. Okay.
Oh,
65 yards. Dallas, 0, which surprised me. But CeeDee Lamb was out. And the secondary was a little bit healthier back then.
Yeah, and we
The
took the ball away
Lions.
from them 4 times. The Lions.
Yeah.
This has got to be a big one.
3. And they had another one that was at 3 minutes and 3 seconds. So close
So
to 4.
Just, yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Vikings, they gave up 2.
Wow.
Probably in those back-to-back drives where a game that looked like it was in control just got away from them.
So this happens quite regularly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
13 touchdowns out of 27. And some of these, I had to go back to the stats to make sure that this was correct. Because some of them were like 10 play drives in 3 minutes. I'm like, what? How is that possible? But if you're throwing it a lot, you're under 2 minutes. Okay, I can see
Stop
it.
the clock, sure.
Yeah. But 13, man. Do we have a defense problem here in Chicago? That's weird to say.
Yes. So I think we do, because ever since the start of the show, we've been talking about we have no pass rush.
Mhm.
And if you have no pass rush, your DBs can't be back there for 6, 7, 8 seconds covering, because you'll get picked apart. Then you multiply the fact that everybody's hurt in the secondary, minus our safeties.
Mhm.
And Tyreek Stevenson. But there's no Jalen, there's no Kyler Gordon.
Kyler, no Smith. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no Terrell Smith.
Stevenson. So their top 3 are out.
So it's like for once, this is like we're in really uncharted territory as Bears fans. This Ben Johnson effect has tilted the scales the other way, because we've grown so accustomed to Bears defense, but then we have this lackluster offense, and now it's the opposite. Now we're winning shootouts against the Bengals because of like the defensive woes, and I absolutely think we have a defensive crisis on our hands now. Not to take anything away from the Bengals, you got a savvy vet in Joe Flacco who knows how to dissect defenses. He's been in the league 35 years. And then two of the best, if not one of the best duos in the whole league.
Right.
And Flacco throwing him the stinking ball. And just like there was at some point, it seemed like they could do whatever they wanted.
Were you also yelling at your TV while T. Higgins is just torching right down the sideline? Like, why is he one-on-one? Where the hell is the safety help?
Well, it seemed
it's blitzing. I get it, but
well, so not just that. I was watching the NFL on YouTube put out their best mic'd up of the week, and it was Jamar Chase was one of them
for the Bears.
And I watched it, and it really seemed when they were showing him, they bracketed him all game. He had 2 people on him all the time, because he did say something slick like because Flacco was hitting Higgins a lot. He was hitting the tight end. He hit number 80, I think their third string wide receiver. And Jamar said, can't cover everybody. Can't cover everybody.
He was right, too.
Like, absolutely, yeah, because Higgins went off. Yeah, he absolutely owned Nahshon Wright. Owned him.
Yeah. Yep. Son, yeah, you got your player icon should just be a piece of burnt toast this week. Sorry, buddy. But they put you out on an island, and that island now has a few extra palm trees and mansions and shit like that on there because yeah, Higgins just tore you up, buddy.
Yeah.
But third string corner, number 1 wide receiver, what do we expect? You live by the sword, you die by the sword at that point. I mean, what else are you going to do?
Yeah.
Higgins explodes. Chase still had a good game, but he wasn't a game wrecker.
No.
Not like Higgins.
Yeah. I think the Bears kind of dared them, where they were like, we're going to take Jamar away from you, and you're just going to have to beat us with other people. And they tried. They almost did, man. On top of the defense having their issues that we all know about, our special teams suck too.
Oh God,
they just suck.
Why the hell are we still talking about special teams?
Because they suck.
Special teams, yes, because they're god awful.
Yeah, all season. It's not like it was just against the Bengals. They've
No.
sucked at kickoff coverage all season. Every team gets to start at fucking midfield because our kickoff coverage sucks.
And this might be the one thing that may be tough. And as our listeners know, I'm not a fucking Cairo Santos fan at all. I don't know if it's his
Ooh.
fault, but you know what?
It's a little
Fuck
his
that
fault.
dude. I'm going to put it on him anyway because I hate him.
It's a
Old
little
noodle leg. You know, I don't know if putting height on it would help. If these line drives, people aren't able to react as fast. I don't know. But whatever it is, you're right. Our special teams coverage sucks.
bad.
We're better off
Yeah.
kicking it out of bounds and letting them start at the 40 because they're going to get there anyway. Most of the
Yeah.
time, they're at the 45. Yeah. So
It's bad.
I don't know. At this point, if I were the Bears, cut Santos' ass, get him out of there, get Moody in there, and just say, kick it through the goalpost. We'll start him at the 35, and then, we'll hold them off for 3 minutes until they score. But, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's terrible. Like, well, when you put it that way, it sounds terrible.
Give our offense 3 minutes to rest.
I mean, so again, isn't that weird? It's weird. We're in really uncharted Bears territory here to be saying that.
Mhm.
Like, yep, our defense will give up a touchdown within 3 minutes, but don't worry because our offense will score.
Right.
Huh? They will? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
They'll we can run the ball, we're passing it. And how good does this feel? Like, this is a total change. I'm loving it. But there was, okay, there we are. We're losing by 1. There's a minute and a half, something like that left.
53 seconds, I think.
53 seconds.
Yeah,
We get the
under
ball
9.
back. And you know what I was worried about? It wasn't Caleb.
Santos? I
Yeah.
was too. I was in the same boat. I'm like, great. Now we need 50 yards, 60 yards to get in old noodle legs range.
Yeah. We got to get in by the 30
Mhm.
or closer so that this fucking noodle leg will make a field goal. That's what I was worried. I wasn't even worried that Caleb wasn't going to be able to move the ball like I would be with Justin or Mitch, or I'm not going to go down the list. But all
Right.
those other times, say it was Justin or Mitch, I'd be like, yeah, we're not even getting in field goal range.
Mm-mm.
But now my worry, I didn't even think, oh no, can Caleb get us there? I was like, shit, we'll get to that field goal line that they put on the graphic on the field, and this fucking asshole's going to miss. It's going to get blocked because he's got a low trajectory, or he's just not going to kick it close enough, or it's going to shank off to the side. Oh,
Yeah,
but
he looked awful this week, man.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
how the hell do you kick a football? If we have any kickers listening, can you please tell me on a field goal how the hell it could go straight for 50 yards and then just take
And
a
just
straight right turn?
Yeah.
I get it if it starts that way right away. It's the nose of the football and how it's rotating and all this. But man, like some of these people, some of Moody's kicks too, like seem to take 2 or 3 turns. He's like throwing a knuckleball up there. Like, what the hell? It's going back and forth. And you're like, hey, stay straight, man. Whew.
Well, in terms of that kickoff that got returned for a touchdown, Richard Hightower in his press conference, he seemed to throw Santos right under the bus. I don't know if you watched it, but it was pretty good because they had asked, hey, that kickoff, can you want to tell us what happened there? And he's like, yeah, well, first off, the ball placement didn't go anywhere near where we wanted it to go. So I was like, ooh, that's on you, Santos.
Yeah.
You didn't kick the ball where you were supposed to. He was supposed to kick it off into the corner of the end zone towards that way, obviously still within the 20, but it didn't. It went like right in the middle of the field. So everybody's lanes were to protect if that ball had gone to where it was supposed to go. But because the ball didn't go where it was supposed to go, all their lanes were all fucked up. And there was a seam open, and boom, that was it. Dude, house
There he
calls.
was. And the tackle attempt on Santos, shame on you, man.
Yeah,
Shame
that too.
on you.
How embarrassing was that? That half-assed. Oh my god!
like a slide tackle on freaking soccer. What are you doing, dude?
And a
Come
whiff
on.
too at that.
Yeah, like didn't even touch the shoelace,
No.
bro. We don't care if you get hurt. Throw your head in there.
no, we
We'll
don't.
figure it out. Who's our emergency kicker? He kicked in the preseason. I can't think of it. Might have been a running back. I don't know. Swift,
Oh,
maybe?
really?
Yeah, remember
No
like the
way.
first or second game that they had a position player taking an extra point or something? So
No, I mean I remember Cole Kmet. He's the emergency
maybe that's
snapper.
it. Oh, snapper. Yeah, you're right.
He won. He won. He won like the NFC Special Teams Player of the Week that game because he had
Good
to
for the
go in and snap
NFL
the
to
ball.
do that.
Yeah. You know, if that was Moody in there, Moody would have blew that motherfucker up.
Right, because he don't
Moody's
care.
built like a brick house.
Yeah.
He looks
He's a
like
good old Midwestern boy. He's got a
He's-
little junk in the trunk.
he's
And
rocking the
got a
dad
gut.
bod.
Yeah. He's eating a few beef sandwiches in his day.
That's right.
He doesn't stop at 2 pieces of pizza. He keeps going.
Yeah. So we've got a kicker problem and we got special team discipline problem too on top of this defensive problem we got going on. I don't want to have track meets every week. I really
Right.
don't, but we might not have a choice.
And we haven't even talked about the onside kick coverage.
Yeah.
Listen, guys, they have to announce that it's going to be an onside kick. And I get it. If your assignment's to block, you still have to look for the freaking ball.
Yeah.
Because if it touches you, it's live. So 92, bro.
Hardy. That was his bad, according
What?
to Hightower as well. Threw him under the bus too.
I would too. Like, it was obvious. He never looked to see if the ball was coming near him. He saw it last second, had the credit card hops to try to get over it. Dude, I don't know. Maybe you need some ballet classes. Get that foot up a little bit higher next time. Do what you got to do. But
Well, he needs to do what his assignment was. Again, according to Richard Hightower, his assignment was he's got to get up the field and smash whoever. He shouldn't be standing in that neutral zone area where he was standing. Because he said, if you watch the film, he's like, Noah Sewell, if you see what he did, that's what Hardy's job was to do. But Hardy didn't do that. He kind of just was waiting in that area. And you ain't supposed to be in that zone. You're supposed to get up the field and smash somebody and let Rome decide.
That ball keeps going. It's not going 10 yards and it's going out of bounds. And it's a mute point.
Yeah.
22 formation victory or whatever
That's
Chris
right.
Brown said after that game.
That's it. The U formation.
Yeah.
The victory formation. Game over.
The amount of AI generated videos, and I tried to send you one. Unfortunately, you weren't able to open it, where these Bengals players or people acting as Bengals players talking about all the shit about their defense was absolutely gold this week. So if you guys haven't seen any of that stuff, get out onto TikTok, look for it. If you're on TikTok and you're a Bears fan, it came to you. Trust me, I'm sure it did.
Was it Bengals players like in a locker room?
Yes. Absolute gold, like saying, we give up 2 tight ends to a rookie TV. Tight end, who they? You know, and they just keep going, and we give up 150 yards rushing per game. And they just keep going. It absolute gold. Make sure you guys go out and search that stuff out. It's beautiful. But special teams in general, man, what a letdown. That's got to get fixed in a week. Onside kicks get recovered at the rate of 7%. And now the Bears are part of that statistic, of course. But there is 2 out of the 3 phases aren't living up to the hype right now, or the billings. And offense, there's some times where they go into the tank, but not quite as consistently bad as what specials have been and what the defense has been. And it's I'm willing to give the defense a little bit more slack with the fact, like we talked about, everybody's out, everybody's injured. But man, it's got to be next man up mentality. Just hang on. Reinforcements are coming. Let's hope that people are getting healthy and they get healthy for a late season push. We'll see where we're at. This team has already matched the total wins that they've had last year.
Yep.
I saw the stat Eberflus took him 24 games as a head coach to get 5 wins. Ben Johnson 8.
8.
Oh, I said a bad word on here.
Oh,
Forgive me, guys.
did.
I said the Flus's full name. That's my fault. My
That's
bad.
Soap in a towel for you.
Uh,
Hey, I found the thing. I think this is one. I don't know if this is the exact one. We should be
But-
able to run it.
there's a ton of them. Yeah, bring it. Yes, this is exactly it.
Hey, who give up yards? We do. Who miss tackles? We do. Who let tight ends run free? That's us. 3rd and long? Still first down. Every time. Who can't stop a screen? We can't. Bengals D, we know we try. Hey, who give up yards? We do.
There's a ton of that stuff out there, man. It is
Oh my
gold. Absolute gold.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
I saw
it's funny when it's not us.
Right. They very well can make one of us. Who gives up 500 yards to a 40-year-old? So that's my boy right there. Thanks, Christopher, for tuning in tonight, man. But absolute gold, man. It was so good this week with some of that stuff. Absolutely love it. But
yeah, the internet's not always cancer. There's some pretty good funny shit out there. I mean, I like all the troll shit anyway, so like even the shit that is cancer, I enjoy it.
Yeah. Pure gold there. Pure gold. I just love how creative some of these people are with this stuff. I almost get jealous because I'm like, man, you guys are so witty, so smart. And I thought I'm a pretty witty person, not even close to what some of these people are. So
yeah, there's some good ones out there, man, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so again, we got this the scales have tipped the other way again. Still want to kind of beat this drum that we have these defensive woes, but I'm going to pull up this graphic for everyone because I couldn't believe it when I first saw it. But this is totally unlike anything as Bears fans that we're used to. They show last year's yards per game and our ranking dead last, and then 28th in points per game versus through week 9, dude, the Bears are 3rd in the NFL in yards per game and 6th in scoring. Like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in absolute euphoric ecstasy over it. This is amazing, but I did not expect this for year 1 Ben Johnson. I did not, but I'm loving it.
It's scary to think if we look at how much growth potential is still there. That's where I start getting goosebumps.
Ooh.
Caleb, this last game, even though he had 280 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he caught a touchdown, which, by the way, one of my favorite stats was Caleb Williams now has more receiving TDs than Matthew Golden, the Packers' #1 draft pick wide receiver.
That's right. I saw that. I saw that on Twitter too. That's
I had to make sure to throw that out there. That was absolutely hilarious. Yeah. My boy Christopher is a OU.
Yeah, okay.
He's the one who fed us a lot of info with Spencer Rattler. Sorry you missed that show, bro. But yeah, he was pretty salty. We were talking this past weekend. He was on the work trip with me on how salty he was that he followed Lincoln Riley over to USC and ditched OU. But that's okay. You guys still turned out okay, OU. So plus you beat Michigan this year. So
there's that.
Yeah, stand back a little bit here, buddy. You've had plenty of success there. You're all right without Caleb Williams. But, Hmm.
Shoot.
but yeah, kind of to get back to what we were talking, there is so much potential hanging out there right now. If Caleb gets that completion percentage up to the upper 60s, he hits some of these layups. Just thinking about that open DJ pass in the end zone, some of the penalties that brought stuff back. It's scary to think that this offense can still take another step. And at that point, if the offense is humming like that, you don't need a top 5 defense. You just need a defense that's in the top half of the league. And
Right.
I haven't gone through and broke down the numbers yet, but I guarantee you, after this last week, we're nowhere near. I don't even think we're in the top 2/3 of the league. We might be in the bottom
No.
3 or 4.
Yeah, that's my guess.
But you'll have to tune in to the next show for the tail of the tape of that one with the Giants coming up. But this offense, there's still growth. Loveland's a rookie.
Yep.
He's coming in. Let's hope this isn't a flash in the pan. This is something sustained. And the way the kid plays, I got to think it is. The kid's blocking his ass off, which gets him on the field for more plays. If you're on the field for more plays, you're in for 2 minutes, more opportunity to catch balls. I heard the comp this week that Loveland could be the next George Kittle based off of tape. Not only does he catch balls, but he blocks. What a compliment is that?
Yeah, I would take that
Holy
compliment
cow. Yeah.
all day. Yeah, Kittle 2.0, give me that. Little baby Kittle, I'll take it.
Yeah. Poor man's Kittle, whatever. If he has, 3/4 of the career that Kittle has, we're all going to be pretty happy.
I would say. Yeah, it's so to your point too. Yeah, I want to piggyback on that a little bit because this offense, I mean, truthfully, still has a lot of room for improvement.
Mhm.
Like a lot still. And the fact that they're just kind of just tapping into it, and this is the kind of point production that they're getting, like this is no wonder Ben Johnson's offense in Detroit was a league leader for 3 years in a row.
Mhm.
Like it just works, man. It makes sense. It's good. It's efficient. The dude's a great play designer and caller. More like Mark Andrews. I'll take him.
I'll take that too.
Okay,
He's
right.
a beast.
That's a dude from Baltimore, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The one who dropped the touchdown pass that they all wanted to run out of town last year. But man, he's been so good for a long time. If Loveland has that type of career, that's going to be a big feather in Pole's cap. And we'll get to Pole's. The trade
all right.
deadline just ended. So that's going to be something we talked about. Unfortunately, we don't have a whole lot to talk about in terms of what the Bears did. So we're going to be talking a little bit, maybe more about what they didn't do.
Yeah. I'm starting to pick up on a theme here, Chris.
Yeah. Yeah. Told you. Oh, you boy through and through here. But it's weird talking about a Bears team where we're talking nothing about offense. To get back to our original point, this defense, man,
It's awful.
So the question is, and we could toss this back and forth a little bit. Is it solely because they're so banged up? We're missing Jalen Johnson, Kyler Gordon, Smith, now Odengbo. Not that we'll miss his production, but
yeah,
who knows what all these players are first year in this system, so let's cut them a little bit of slack. But I can't give them a ton because this defense needs to start playing well. And based off of the sample size that we have so far in these 8 games, if that defense isn't turning the ball over, we're going to have to continue to score 40 plus.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like right now.
That's
I
fact.
hope I'm wrong. Yeah.
No, well, you're not.
Mhm.
I know. I
Yeah.
hope you are too, but you're not. You're spitting 100% facts because that's what we're looking at. I mean, that's what we've seen. That's what they've shown, and it might not matter. Like honestly, like we'll talk this through. We could talk hypotheticals. Let's just say Kyler Gordon and Jalen Johnson are out there
Mhm.
with no fucking pass rush. This is going to
Yeah.
be like the same results, anyways.
Mhm.
Like we have zero pass rush, nothing.
It was good to see Booker flash this week. Gives me some
Yeah.
hope, and that was a big play, man. Uh, we saw Sweat a little bit more, though we also saw Sweat getting his ass kicked on the ground and drew a 15-yard penalty after the left tackle just dogged his ass and put him on the ground, and he's fighting from his back. But, at least he got the 15-yard penalty from that. But he almost had a sack strip fumble as well, but they
Oh yeah,
ruled
that's
it that
right.
his arm was going forward. I thought that play looked weird from the beginning because that ball came out awful fast to be a fumble. I'm like,
Yeah, it
oh,
was weird.
okay. But it was close. I'll give him that. He got to 50 career sacks, and of course the Bears spin on it. Their website is like, oh, Sweat feels rejuvenated after hitting 50 sacks and more motivated than ever. I hope so, because you got a long way to get to double-digit sacks this season,
Yeah,
and you
he's
only got
sitting
8 or
at
9 games to do it.
he's sitting at 4 right now.
Yeah.
So, and again, it's a huge letdown because all during the offseason we heard how he's 100% healthy now and he's had
Mhm.
such a great training camp and he looked just great in practice and all the same shit, and then get him on the field and it's like, didn't you guys say this was
Yeah.
his best? No? Did you say?
Did you
I thought
guys
I heard you say it.
did you guys also say Santos had a great offseason too?
Oh,
Because that's
no.
not carrying over either.
No Santos. No.
Yeah.
But they did say Santos was having a good training camp too.
I know. I know, which I found very hard to believe.
Yeah. But,
I
maybe
hate
just a
talking
little bit.
kickers.
Yeah, because we shouldn't have to be talking
No.
kickers. Uh-oh. Interesting.
Marshall. Yeah, dude, that is tragic, by the way. Do you hear
Super
everything on
sad.
this? Yeah.
I just as much. I don't know how far they've developed the story. All I heard, 24 years old, just terrible. Suicide, maybe I think they said
Yeah.
he deleted
Yeah.
himself. Just terrible. Just
History of
absolutely
mental
awful.
illness. But
Oh,
let's make this the perfect, public service announcement. Guys, if you guys are struggling with mental illness, it's a serious thing. Hopefully you have a good friend like I have here sitting next to me that I know that I could call at any time and say, listen, man, I need to talk to you about something. And they'll pick up the phone. At the very least, do that. Check into your local resources, guys. There's a ton of help out there.
sure.
Anonymous, whatever. It just goes to show you that nobody's immune. You think you could be living on top of the world, and you just never know. You just never know. Look at Robin Williams, right? He was a
Yeah.
comedian. Everybody thought he was the happiest guy in the world. Not the case.
He was the sad clown.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
yeah, depression and all that stuff. It's a very serious thing. It kind of gets overlooked, especially like I would say in the sporting realm, because men are very machismo and just everything's supposed to be hunky dory and great, and oftentimes it's not. And maybe the guy just felt like he had no one to reach out to, or very sad, very very sad.
Yeah, for something that he did, most of us might think it's a big deal, but he had the backing of the NFL. I was kind of impressed with how fast the NFL got involved, because as the whole situation was going on, not to veer too far off a topic here,
Yeah.
but they were in contact with the police, making sure that they were talking to the agent, and they provided resources right away. So I was kind of impressed with that. And I'm sure the NFL has a lot of resources for these players.
Oh
I
God, yeah.
don't recall the Chiefs player that took his life as well a couple years ago in the parking lot. But it just goes to show you, man. There's people out there that care and that will help you through that. So
Absolutely. Well, that just to your point there too. I mean, that's a huge point. Is that football players are human beings too.
Mhm.
Can't lose sight of that. Can't forget that they're not just entertainers on the field to entertain us. They have feelings. They have lives. They have families, and they go through the same hardships that we do, maybe even more so, because with more money comes more problems,
more pressure,
and that's almost
more
one of the
money, more
things.
problems.
If I can speculate a dream of the show, I want to get this show to a point where we have a little name recognition to where we can actually bring players on and we talk to them for not long. We're not going to take long. But what I want to call the segment is, this is people are going to steal this idea. Anyways, I wanted to call the segment 7-Step Drop. And what we do in that segment is we're going to ask them 7 questions that have zero to do with football. Nothing. I don't want to know how you prepare. I don't want to know your routine. I don't give a shit what your game plan is this week. You know what I want to know? Like, what was your favorite spot? What did you find to eat in the city?
Mhm. Are you a pizza or a beef guy?
Yes.
I mean, you could be both, but still. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to. What's your
Cubs or
favorite
Sox?
movie?
Yeah.
Just shit like that has nothing to do with football, so that people can understand that again, they're human beings. They like
Mhm.
shit we do. What video games you play, all that.
Meat. Yeah. Best place to get meat for sure, Brazilian steakhouses. Oof.
Brazilian steakhouses, huh?
Might have hit one up in the past few days here, by the way. So yeah,
might have.
just might have, and had my fair share of meat, that's for sure. And this business trip was for naught. Not only did I engorge myself at a Brazilian steakhouse, I might have hit up Portillo's both for lunch on the 2 days that I was up there. So just maybe. Mhm.
I'm freaking
Mhm.
jelly. You know what I almost did the other day? Check this out. I'm sitting, I'm doing my morning routine sitting on the throne. And I go, you know what I got to do? Because I've been thinking about this for months. I need to order a case of pizza puffs from Il Taco. So there I am shopping for pizza puffs on the throne. Get 48, a case of 48 of them. You can get 48 pizza puffs for $75.
Whoa.
Are you
They're
kidding me?
$3.50 at the local joint by me, so that's a deal.
Yeah. And I'm like, fucking A.
I'll save myself. But then, yeah. Then you
But then
got
now I
to
got to invest in all this oil.
Yeah.
Now I
And
got to
the
get a whole
oil.
bunch of oil.
Yeah. Worth it. Worth it for sure.
Yeah, are you kidding?
If you guys haven't had a pizza puff, first of all, I'm sorry you're missing out on literally a golden fluffy pillow of heaven. It's so good. So good.
So good.
Just spicy sausage, cheese with a little bit of sauce.
And that's the best one.
Yes.
That's the best one. Because when you go to Il Taco's website, they've got so many different kinds.
No,
and I'm like, that's what I said. I'm like, no, I don't want any
don't
of these
mess
other
with
ones.
the original, man.
It's the
I
original.
don't want, yes. I don't need any funky meats. Give me the orig, and we're good.
Do you guys have them in grocery stores there?
There might be a grocery store that I may have seen them in. Because in the Midwest where I'm from, especially right now, we do love our fried foods. That is for sure. But yeah, I haven't really looked for them because I have a place that, does all the cooking for me. All I got to do is call it in, and it's 5 minutes away from my house. So it's also a place that I can get a decent gyro up here too.
Oh my God. So that. Oh, that is so hard to find where I'm at. So hard. No, but the gyros back home are just... See, you're not going to get out of an Everything Bear show without talking about food. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry. But if you're all from the Midwest and Chicago, you should actually enjoy these little branches, these little detours we take
Mhm.
talking about food.
And if you guys haven't tried a pizza puff, check your local hot dog joint and, you know, ask for it. Look on the menu. Usually it's under like sides or whatever. It's not a meal. It's technically a side. So it's okay to get a gyro and a pizza puff. I'm just saying. Just saying.
I
Skip
can't
the
disclose.
fries.
Chris. I can't disclose my location. It's a. I'll say I'm in the Eastern time zone.
Mm-hmm. East Coast boy. Yeah. Born and raised in Chicago, reload to East Coast.
Yeah. I like it out here. It's nice.
Yeah.
I do want to get back to the Midwest one day. That's the goal. I'm gonna end up back in the mid, probably not Chicago land area.
Come up by me. Yeah.
There are good seafoods out here. Down here they do this thing called like a low country broils, where it's just a hodgepodge of crustaceans that they boil for a long ass time. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. All right. Hey, we're talking football here.
Where were we? Defense, special teams, awful. Offense gives us hope.
Defense. Yes. Again,
Let's keep talking about the O, I guess, because I don't want to be sad and negative on this show. On offense, we touched on Loveland, but how about your boy out of Rutgers, Monungai?
So what a great surprise that was. I know last show you were talking about you weren't too sure if the kid would have the capability of being like the bell cow, but the kid was thrusted into a position where, with DeAndre Swift being injured, he had to be the bell cow, and by golly, that boy delivered.
Yeah, I mean, he was running hard, physical, jump cuts. He was doing it all, man.
Oh, yeah.
The only thing we really didn't see the showcase of was him out of the backfield, but he didn't need to.
Yeah, you beat me to it. You didn't need to.
And think about that, with how much we rushed the ball in that game and controlled the time of possession. How was there still 92 points in that game? It's coming back to the defense.
Well,
think about it, man.
This goes back to your stat at the top of the show. They had 4 touchdowns that the drives were less than 3 minutes. It's 28 points.
Yeah. Holy cow.
12 minutes. That's alarming.
It's
what it
is. It truly is. But
yeah, because if we start going up against, and this is the thick of that back stretch of our schedule, is not going to be as forgiving as these games, especially the Bengals game was.
Right. The good news is cold weather games are coming, and now we have 2 legit backs that we can ride during that time. Yeah. It's going to get tougher to throw the ball. We've all seen the games for so long. But right now, the split on the running backs, with Swift missing last game, 100 carries, 464 yards, averaging 4.5. I would love to pull up what he was averaging last year. I would be shocked if he was over 4. And then with Monungai's breakout game, 68 carries, 362 yards. Swift has 4 TDs. Monungai has 1. I really wanted to see the kid get into the end zone. I think if he got into the end zone once or twice instead of Loveland being the player of the week, I definitely think Monungai would have been in the running for that.
Yeah. Well, he was Kyle Brandt's angry runner of the week.
Good.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't shying away from contact. I would love to see the numbers on him for yards after contact. Had to be pretty impressive. You know, the offensive line, while we're talking offense, because it's so hard to get off of them right now.
Yeah.
The offensive line was eaten. Man,
Yeah.
They served out so many pancake breakfasts to the Bengals D line. I mean, we know the top two where Theo Benedict just runs that poor safety into the parking lot and then mugs him for his lunch money. And it just takes him past the white. And I think Shamar Turner, not that's our guy, Shamar Turner, but the other Turner for the Bengals,
Shamar Stewart. Yeah.
Stewart, thank you. Boy, he got a welcome to the NFL moment from Mr. Wright.
Yeah.
And again, Darnell, I'm sorry for the first couple shows. You were right. I was wrong. You're smart. I'm stupid. So, but God, do I look like an idiot for doubting that guy? He is played like an absolute beast. And maybe you listen to the show and I'm the one that got him back on track. I could maybe I'll take credit for that, but holy,
well,
he was playing like a man possessed, and he's the 4th rated tackle right now in the NFL. Whew.
Yeah, so he's been playing his ass off, right? Since about the bye week. But in your defense, if I may, their offensive line coach called him out too.
Mm-hmm.
Early on in the season and said that he must be getting winded, and then when he gets winded, he doesn't have focus, and so and he said that in public. So when you do that to a player, you're kind of putting them on blast a little bit on purpose. So yeah, no, you were calling it as you see it. That's all you were doing, calling balls and strikes there, and maybe he did listen to the show a little bit and take a little bit of it, just a teensy bit of advice from his offensive line coach. But now he's looking like an all-pro. Now he's looking like a Pro Bowler out there.
Yeah,
because like you said, I mean, they should be the new International House of Pancakes. That's what they should call the offensive line.
They were serving them hot and ready, baby. Whew. they were moving some people. Tooney, just a beast. God, he's so good. I watched the tape again, and they don't even talk about him anymore.
Yeah,
but I still watch him, and they're like, Tooney is just like top 3 offensive lineman, interior lineman in the game right now. Dahlman is playing a hell of a lot better.
Yes,
just you see him on these long run plays, and the Bears have had some pretty long run plays. While I have the stats up here, Monungai's longest is 39. Swift is 23.
Nice.
And they've had multiple 20-plus yard runs. We didn't see that last year. And the best part about these runs, not only are the offensive linemen running downfield, like we talked about Loveland a couple games ago where he didn't have any catches, but he was making a difference in the blocking game.
Right.
That was Rome this week.
Mm-hmm.
You look at what he does, he has kind of taken on that Amon-Ra St. Brown, if we're going to compare Bears Lions. Right. He's taken that role, and these receivers understand that if you want to play, you got to block. Yeah. And they're blocking their asses off right now too.
Yeah, and it shows again with all the success we're having in the run game. It's because they are the offensive line is doing their job, and the wide receivers are getting involved in the blocking schemes as well. So it's been awesome.
Yeah, think about Zacchaeus' touchdown. If Rome wasn't down there on the goal line blocking, Zacchaeus doesn't get in, even though that was technically a pass. But I mean, still. Downfield, 15 yards. How many receivers would just, lean on him, give him the Olay block, and he gets tackled at the 2?
Right.
That's the difference right now.
Yep. That's the Ben Johnson effect, baby.
Mm-hmm.
No block, no rock.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the house rule.
It should be.
Yeah. Got a question here from Chris. You want to pop this can of worms?
Yeah, it was on the list of topics. I was still trying to push this off as long as possible. But yeah, let's rip this Band-Aid off, huh?
Yeah, let's do it. Go ahead.
Well, it's not going to take very long to talk about the moves. You want to talk about the kid we picked up, or?
No, go ahead. You start us off. I'll just.
So the Bears made one move. They picked up defensive end, JTS, Tyron Smith, former first rounder, drafted by the Bucks out of Washington, I believe. So, a lot of rumors out there. I know that they were after McDonald, but from the Jets, as the Jets were having a fire sale,
God, man, they were woof.
I can't believe that they just gutted that defense like that. But you look at what they got back. Obviously, it's a team in a rebuild. If you look at the top three that we always talk about, right? Do they have a QB? Nope. Do they have a left tackle? Nope. Do they have a premier edge rusher? Nope. They have a couple decent ones, not a premier. All their talent was interior defensive line. Perennial Pro Bowler, Quinnen Williams, was it? Johnson?
Quinn Johnson, yeah.
Yeah, that went to Dallas. Sauce Gardner getting traded away, but they got 3 1s and a 2. So the Bears and the Jets are running very similar parallels right now. Let's hope that they can't pick as well as what the Bears did. So,
Williams. Okay.
Yeah.
Not Johnson. Williams.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I've only seen the clips a billion times. William Johnson. I figured I had a 50-50 shot there. But and then they get rid of Sauce. And allegedly Sauce wasn't even on the table. And Andy called and said, hey, would you take two firsts for Sauce?
2 firsts and a player. They gave him a player too.
I think a wide receiver, didn't they? Yeah. The wide receiver that dropped the ball before he got into the end zone. They traded his ass out of there with 2 points. But so back to the Bears, though.
Yeah, back to our guy.
It's a depth piece. It's a stopgap with the injuries that we have.
So it's a warm body.
Mm-hmm. In Booker, we trust. I think we'll need to print up some T-shirts, right? Hopefully that he can carry it. But there's no excuse for Booker not to get on the field. It's a prove it time for him. If he wants any possibility of moving forward, having a spot on the team, now's the time, dude. Like, you will have reps. We saw it last week in Cincy. So Tryon Smith's top year for sacks, I think his best was 5. Maybe 2 years ago. They've all been around 3, 5. I remember watching the kid with the Bucks because he was supposed to be a young up and coming kid. But tall, lanky, athletic build. Let's see what happens. He's going to get reps in the rotation.
Yeah, he is.
Am I surprised that they didn't go out and get a corner to help with that? Yeah, even though CJ Gardner-Johnson, did you expect him to play as much as he did against the Bengals?
No, actually. But yeah. I was pleasantly pleased with what I saw. The plays he was in on was good, right? He sacked Flacco once, and he was around the ball. I've seen him make a couple tackles on the running backs, which I knew he could do, but happy to see him do it. He did lose in some coverage, but again, it's couple of the best wide receivers in the league. So I'm not going to be like, your first fucking game as a Bear, and this is how you do us. Like, nah. But
I remember hearing this stat at the end of the first half that CJ led the team in pressures with 2. And I'm like, great. That's another indictment on our D-line.
On our defense. So back to Chris's point. Yeah, I actually thought the Bears were going to be not crazy active, but more than what happened. Just one lackluster guy who doesn't move the needle at defensive end, yeah, I thought maybe we would maybe do something similar with a cornerback. All right, you're going to pick up a D end that doesn't move the needle. Well, get a cornerback that doesn't move the needle too. But like we have somebody visiting us on Tuesday.
Asante Samuel.
Mhm.
I think he's actually coming Monday. I think we're on the Monday schedule. No,
Oh.
you might be right. It might be Tuesday.
Yeah, I heard Tuesday.
I just saw it on X, but yeah.
He's going to be in Minnesota or something on Monday.
Yeah,
He's got
and
like
he's
4 days. He's going to be busy.
Yeah, he's got like 5 teams in the first 3 days. And how about the Eagles? Why do the Eagles just keep stocking up, man? Like they just bug me with how, and I get it. Guys want to go there. But they have like a plethora of riches.
A fucking stable. They've got a stable.
When we got to struggle with, JTS, but that's true.
It is true. And I'll tell you what, we did have Dallas's defense last year with Eberflus. That's probably half the problem in Dallas. It's not all personnel.
You said a forbidden word too. We're both guilty, so now I don't feel so bad.
Yeah, it's the
you said the Fluce's name.
It's the Fluce effect. Yeah, we got to have like a punishment or something for that.
Yeah, like you got to wear a hat of shame or something like that. Maybe a dunce cap.
Anytime you say his name, it's followed by.
Ah, yeah. And the other offensive coordinator, the name who shall not be named.
Will not say that motherfucker's name.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to hear me make jokes about him, you got to go to the shorts.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. But anyway, it seemed like teams were getting pretty much whatever they wanted for these big pieces on the move. And Dallas was in a good position if we're talking about Dallas's defense, where they had the extra number 1 with Parsons, and they were loaded to bear, and they were able to make a big impact move on the inside. Yeah. And Jerry Jones thinks he's got to figure it out where you build from the inside out on your defensive line. It's, if you have 2 dominant tackles, okay. I could see it.
Terrible philosophy.
Yeah. But Kenny Clark is not a dominant tackle anymore. He was great for the Packers. I get it.
I think he's hurt right now too.
Yeah. And he was hurt last year too. But it's to the point now where they have to go edge. They got to find a young edge when they had a stud already that they could have had for the next 10 years. That's the Jerry Jones effect out there. That's what the Bears have gotten away from with this new regime that's in there. We don't do stupid shit like that anymore. I'm not going to say that every move's going to work out or lack thereof moves in this case, but there's a plan in place there.
So Ryan Poles, his whole time here, has been very bullish with the market. He's not going to overspend. He's not going to do desperate shit. And that's kind of like back to Chris's first statement about saying he thought the Bears would go more D. I mean, me too. But when you look at the situation through a Poles colored lenses, we don't really have the assets. We don't really have the cap space. He's not going to give up draft capital because he's super hell-bent on building through the draft, and that's how we're going to sustain success. And I believe the monikers. I believe it all, but I wasn't shocked, but I just knew we kind of didn't have the money, the capital to make any kind of splash moves. What we just need right now are kind of rentals. That's what we need. We just need some rentals.
It's clear to see that Poles realized that we didn't have enough capital, or we're not going to mortgage the future on one player, because this offense is so young. And we talked about it in a couple of our first shows. they have the ability to sit back in the next couple drafts and go 80% defense for the next 2, maybe even 3 drafts, to where they can get some young quality players. If they draft half as good on defense as they've had in offense in the last few weeks or a few years,
Mhm.
and we get that type of payoff there, they're going to be sitting okay. Hopefully they can find another young pass rusher that's going to be legit. Maybe another cornerback to help build depth there. Safeties we talked about with Byard being a little bit older, but
Here we got another question. Do you guys let go of a coach that goes 12-4 pretty much 3 years in a row and then let him go? Only if
Did
his
we-
name is Lovie Smith.
yeah, I was going to say, did we do that to Lovie Smith? He's no Mike McCarthy. I get it. I know where this is going based
Is
off
that
of,
is that what this is
yes,
referring
this-
to?
I'm
Do we
pretty
have
sure.
is there I can't say because we've got 18 people in here. I don't want to upset the crowd. Do we have a cheesehead up in here? He said,
It's okay. It's okay to admit it.
do we? Get him out. Is he out? Is he out of here? Is he
He's
gone?
full of it. He's a Dallas fan. I just so happen to know.
Okay, there he goes.
See?
Okay, you're good.
He
Then
just,
you're cool. in
he
here.
just
You're
wanted to
good.
test the room there.
Ooh, you fucking had me worried, Chris, for a second there. Damn it. Don't do that.
No. That's why I
Damn it.
said, the whole Mike McCarthy thing. But
Well, then I want to ask Chris questions now.
okay.
This is
Fire him off. Let's go.
Are you a Texas native, Chris? Born and raised in Texas?
I think he's a little bit north Oklahoma there.
Oh, Oklahoma. All right, that's where
Mhm.
my wife's folks are from. Hey, Oklahoma's good people. Yeah, Oklahoma. So do you know where Lawton is? That's where my wife is from. Lawton. I got me a country bumpkin. Boomer? Are you calling me a boomer?
No. Boomer Sooner, if anything, man.
Oh, is that what it's called? Okay. So I'm not savvy. Oh, yeah, the Army base. Yeah. Mission Village there. Yeah. Good stuff. All right. So we got a Dallas fan in the house. And so then how you liking the Floose? Oh, the Floose is loose down in
Yeah.
Dallas.
Floose is loose in Dallas.
You want a link?
Good luck.
Do you want an invite link? We can make this a lot. We could streamline this, Chris. He said, ugh, with the Floose.
Yeah.
I know, man. I know.
We've lived
Oh,
that.
wait, I have a super important question, Chris. Hold on. Has he implemented the fucking hits principle there? Is the hits principle a thing there in Dallas? I swear to God.
I
If he
purged
brought
that from
with
my
him-
memory.
If he brought that to Dallas with him, I swear to God, he should be fired tomorrow.
Hustle, intensity, was it tackling and I don't remember.
The ball, actually. T
Yeah.
was the ball.
The ball.
Fucking asshole.
So Jair Alexander got picked up for a late round pick. Would you have floated that out there for Jair?
No.
Too injured too much, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if we added Jair, man, Brisker would be elated because that guy talks more shit than anybody. Probably more than Brisker
he?
and CJ combined. Yeah, he's got a mouth on him. We
Well,
would
so-
have the mouthiest secondary ever. Yeah.
Well, all right. So aside from him being injured too much for my liking, the other reason I don't want him is he's ops, man. He's
Yeah.
ops. I don't want him here. You stay over there. Okay. You stay
Yeah.
there, and we're gonna be doing our thing over here. You just stay over there. I miss Dan Quinn. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Jalen's elbow really appreciates Dan Quinn right now.
Oh man. Brutal. What a brutal injury.
I don't know, man. Let's be realistic here, okay? It's time to be realistic. Are the Bears winning your Super Bowl this year?
No, I
No.
actually didn't even have them, nor had the expectation of them getting to make the playoffs.
I think it's going to be a tough road, but it's at least we can have a conversation about that. Do we think the Bears are going to be a Super Bowl contender next year? That's a conversation to be had later, probably in the season wrap up.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I think realistically, if we're talking Super Bowl, we're talking year 3 in Ben Johnson's regime. At that point, Caleb's in year 4, Rome's in year 4. And I think that's why we didn't see the huge pushes and the mortgage of the future for some of these bigger defensive names right now. If we were legitimately a player or two away, then I could see it. But we're a little bit more than that.
So that's kind of what I gathered from the lack of moves before the deadline was basically probably the feeling at Hallis Hall. Was like, look, we're not a player or two away from making the Super Bowl. So let's just pump the brakes and just ride this thing out, get some warm bodies in here, and finish off the season, see what we got. But I like your optimism, Christopher, if you're referring to the Bears making the wild card. I'd like to see it. We got a really tough back end of schedule that with the defensive troubles we're having, it's not sustainable. I wouldn't want to make the playoffs because we would look like a joke. It would be one and done, and it would be embarrassing.
I think, in order to make the playoffs, you're going to have to split with Packers and Vikings for sure. If not, you might need to beat the Packers twice. And those are late season games. The Packers right now, boy, is it tough to really kind of gauge who they are.
They lost to Carolina.
Yeah. But I'm not going to sit here and say that I think that we could sweep the Packers, not with the defense that we have right now. Yeah. Let's see who comes back and when.
Yeah.
And then we could talk about it once we get to those weeks, and we will. Do I want to see them beat them twice? Obviously. That would be a cherry on top of this season. But we have to think long-term here. It's not feasible right now. You bring in one of these high-dollar guys, you got to re-sign them, or else you threw draft picks away for nothing. And we're just not in that position right now. We're not in that part of the rebuild. We got one side of the ball, I think, 90% of the way done. I'm not going to say that every position is locked in. There's going to be competition there moving forward. We know left tackle's got to get better.
Oof.
We'll see what Theo ends up becoming, but I don't think he's a long-term answer unless he really starts to develop. And in a sense, this is his first year, so I'm not going to write him off either. He was hurt all last year. I think he blew out an ACL in one of the preseason games or in a practice or something.
Yep.
But you can't mortgage the future, not with how young this team is and how they're building it. This team is getting set up to be successful long-term and not just be a 1 or 2 year flash in the pan. This is for, consistently getting into the playoffs, taking over that position that the Packers are in right now, where they've made the playoffs 10 out of the last 20 years, or won the division the last 10 out of the 20 years, where you're getting in at least half the time, plus however many times they made it in as wild cards. We want to get to that point And if you just spent everything in this trade deadline, and I don't think there was necessarily a game wrecker out there in the trade deadline.
Yeah.
If you had like a Myles Garrett or, somebody, TJ Watt, I wouldn't even put Hendrickson in there because he's on the older end. I don't think he'd have been worth the 2 number ones that I think Cincinnati was asking for him. It might be a short-term gain, but I think it just would cost them too much long-term.
Yeah.
And it would actually be to the detriment of this team moving forward.
Correct. And to your timeline that you're talking about, he wouldn't line up with that timeline. Because like you said, by that time we hit actual taking over the division time, he's going to be retiring.
He's gone.
Or he just won't be productive because he's too old. Agreed.
Were you surprised that DJ stayed? I know we talked about it a little bit before.
No, man. I think I did not find that surprising because I kind of felt like my feeling on DJ and what he means to the team and the plans for him going forward, like there was no way they were going to get rid of him. There's no way. He's too vital of a piece in this offense. So
you didn't even hear his name getting floated out there, even in any rumors after the fact. So he must not have been on the table at all, or teams didn't call about him or anything.
Well, so I would bet teams called about him, but Poles was like, "Hello, DJ? Nope.
DJ,
have a good one." Yeah,
left her alone on the tone, or with the tone on the phone, and now that team is lovesick.
Yep, not our DJ.
Yeah. No,
because again, this goes back to the weaponry that we have. I mean, I know his name's been awfully quiet, and they line him up in the backfield, and they do all these things. I know that the development and the evolution of the offense at some point, he's a key component in this. And I think you read off some stats earlier where he's actually right behind the team leader in reception. So he actually is getting touches and getting targeted. So it's there. So no, I wasn't shocked, and I'm happy he didn't go anywhere. I think for the most part, the Bears did what we talked about last show in terms of when we were talking about should the Bears buy, sell, or stay put. I said stay put, and they pretty much did. So,
yeah, Poles likes his draft picks. That's very obvious, but he's not afraid to make a move. I mean, he's made some haven't panned out as well. We talked about that in depth. Claypool being the number one woofda on that.
No. So there's one takes the blue ribbon. Another name we shall not say.
Go ahead. Are we talking staff versus players?
No.
Okay.
Let me do one better. Hold on. Let me pull this up. This is a treat. But this is the guy for me was worse than
Claypool.
Yeah.
It's they did a late pick swap for the guy that they got. So they didn't give anything up. They're going to continue. By the way, I'm filling in while you're pulling this up. Okay. So just let me roll. I know how this goes. But they did a late round pick. He's still got a handful of them. Just because DJ didn't go this year, maybe that's an off-season thing that we'll have to keep an eye on, because he still makes the most sense for me to be on the move. With the wide receiver room that they have, it looks like Luther Burden has a good chance of going this week, so he'll be able to get back out on the field, recovering from that concussion. So. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Throw it up.
Here's the guy that was worse than Chase Claypool. I made a little short about him some years ago, and it's my favorite.
Okay.
It's one of my favorites.
All right. Throw it up.
Oh, my God. Shut up, Nate. Ain't nobody got to tell you shit. Why don't you tell us why you ain't on the fucking field? Huh? Shut up, Nate. Yeah.
You know, I purged him from my mind as soon as they cut his ass last year.
God, man.
I couldn't pull that name for the life of me. God, you're right. What a fucking walking trash can. I hated him.
Absolutely. So worse than Chase. At least Chase tried to be on the field. He actually I think he scored a touchdown in a game even for us. It was late in a game. It was like, oh, God. But that was the only thing he did. That's more than Nate.
Yeah. Good old turnstile Nate, huh?
Turnstile Nate.
Trash can Nate. We could keep going.
You really could. So, yeah. So, polls, not 100%. What GM is? Is any GM fucking 100% nailing his picks? No. Or nailing his trades? And no. I think it's an imperfect science, actually.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of luck involved. There's a lot of, the players fit in the scheme, how they're used, where's their head at. It's a crapshoot. And so you do your best. And I think, just to sum up our polls breakdown that we did some shows ago, he's done more good than bad. So we'll leave it there. He's done more good than bad. And
let's be honest, his legacy is going to be tied to Williams. So far, he's trending up there. Everybody else might be forgotten about. When they think Poles, they'll think Williams. If Williams becomes a franchise guy, which he seems like he's on his way to doing, then his legacy will be thought in a positive manner. For sure.
Well, so Caleb, I would say Ben Johnson too.
Yeah.
That was a huge hire. I mean, again, that was one of those things as Bears fans. I really was negative Nancy during the head coaching search because we must have interviewed 2,000 people. I think you got an interview. I remember you got an invite. So you went up to Hallis and talked to Ryan for a while. Yep. Like they were just interviewing so many people. I was like, oh no, we're not getting Ben. That's what this means. Like, God,
that off-season hiring process was ridiculous, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe it was all just a big ruse. I don't know.
Yeah, on Twitter, I posted, because I'm Mr. Conspiracy Theorist. I come up with all kinds of conspiracy theorists. What I had said, and I said it jokingly, because we obviously were interviewing all these people, and I said, wouldn't it be something if the Bears and Ben Johnson already had a deal worked out, and all these interviews we're doing is to fill his staff?
Yeah. Or just to piss other teams off so that they have to wait to interview him. I can see that too. That'd be great, by the way.
And then it was so relieving that the very next day after Detroit got knocked out of the playoffs, Ben's like, yep, coach, Chicago, sign me up. I was like, what? He said he knew the whole time that that's where he wanted to go. Yeah. And he said, and one of the reasons was because of Caleb Williams. Mm-hmm. So like all these people, again, with the anti-Caleb people being like, oh, Ben, that's it. He's fucking pissed off at Caleb. He's done with Caleb. It was like, well, I think he's going to give him more than 8 weeks before he gets sick of him, because one of the reasons he said he came here was because of Caleb. Now, he could have just been saying that because that's, I guess, the right thing to say. You don't want to come in here going, yeah, I'm not sold on Caleb yet. Mm-hmm. Well, but we'll see how he does. And,
this Tyson kid looks pretty good, just in case.
Yeah. But I'd like to believe that he's genuine and pretty open, which he is in these press conferences. He's quite candid.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
I love on the broadcast how they made his halftime interview a big deal.
So I was actually shocked when there's the lady asking them, and I go, oh no. Like they're round 2? Oh, we're doing this again? But she shut her fucking mouth and kept it simple and wasn't. I took that first interview as she was being passive aggressive. That's me.
Yeah.
You know,
Archuleta, who was
do
the
something
announcer, was
different.
like, yeah.
You think?
Archuleta was like, oh, he handled that pretty well. Round 2 goes to Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
Round 1 went to Ben Johnson too.
Yeah.
Buddy. Let's not shame the guy. He didn't do anything wrong. She asked a very passive aggressive question to a guy who was in the middle of a dogfight, losing a game that he knew they shouldn't be losing. Maybe you want to do something different? Yeah, you think?
Yeah, like score points? I don't know.
You fucking dummy. Yeah. And that's when he fucking laser-eyed her. He gave her the Manson lamps.
Gave her the old RBF, the resting Ben face.
Resting Ben face. I'm telling you, I want to make that a shirt. Resting Ben face. It's just going to be him.
Just his eyes, over his play sheet.
Yeah, over the play sheet. Have you seen those on Twitter?
Yes.
Those are great. Because Matt Nagy always had BU, but Ben Johnson says, I'm going to fucking kill you. Yeah. Resting Ben face. But yeah, and so he tells her, yeah, you think, and we're going to be just fine. So I don't think he did anything wrong. I don't care how he looked at her. I don't care how like snippy he was with her. She asked a very fucking stupid question. They should really stop those halftime interviews entirely. There's nothing to gain there.
No.
And no coach is telling you anything. And you're interrupting them in the middle of a game flow. Stop.
Yeah. And it's what type of answer do you really think you're going to get? You're going to get all the coach speak, all that, and then away they go.
She did act like a Karen afterwards, right? Because I think she had something to say afterwards. Oh, that's just like a modern woman, right? To cause a fucking fight and then somehow be the victim at the end of it when you fucking kirk out on her. You know what I'm saying? That's also a different show, okay? That's
right.
That's a different show.
This is
Saturday
a slippery
night.
slope we are on right now. A real slippery slope.
And all the women in the show just left the chat.
Yes.
This is a guy.
So let's get back to the trade deadline, shall we? Well, I think we already beat that topic here to death. So
yeah. But yeah, we branched a whole lot. Today's show is talking about the Bengals game. So we covered the defense. We went around the horn.
Talked about specials, yeah.
We did the specials. Let's round this up in this last segment of the show. Talking about let's dive into the offense a little bit. I know you talked a little bit about seeing how the offensive line, they were playing out of their minds, which is great. Do you think, and I have a question, do you think the Bears were a little too gadgety during that game?
At first I thought, oh great, we have to resort to gadget plays to score in the red zone. Absolutely. But then you step back and you're like, well, we scored, so does it matter? I don't know. He's usually good for that 1 or 2 plays a game. Something. Right. And the plays that he draws up are pretty damn creative. I will say that. I love the fact, if we're talking about offense, you know what their first play was coming out against the Bengals defense? They ran 4 verts. They're like, you know what? We're going to attack with the football, and we're running 4 verts right off the bat.
No shit. They opened up with 4 verts.
Yep.
How did that play result?
I think it was a completion to, was it Loveland maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe it was an overthrow. I don't remember. But yeah, they opened up with it.
Okay.
But with these gadget plays, if we couldn't run the other stuff better, like this team has turned into a magical screen team. Like, how good is it to see that we can run screens now?
That's awesome. Yes.
the concepts. Even last week, I think we ran a screen behind 4 verts again, and these screens are hitting big.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams on that screen went for 18, I think.
Yeah,
I mean,
almost 20 yards. Yep.
Caleb had himself a day receiving
He
on
did.
top of, it's, hey, man, it's better than a bubble screen. It's better than a slip screen, right?
Right. You're right. That's a good point. Because I vowed to never, ever, 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 ever want to see a screen ever again
Mm-hmm.
because of the last 2 OCs that ran screens ad nauseum. That didn't work. But now when we run them, they're successful, and it's like, oh, okay, thank God. Okay.
Yeah, you don't have the D linemen screaming out to the back.
Yeah.
Saints, they had a little bit of trouble with Chase Young.
Chase
but
Young, yeah.
how good was it to see the screen pass being caught with 2, sometimes 3 offensive linemen
Yeah, dude,
out
that is
front? Yeah.
that's an awesome feeling when you see that play developing
Uh-huh.
and you see it's a nice location, it's a nice ball. Caleb gives them, and then I'm like, oh shit, he's got 2 hogs in front of him
Yeah.
and it's wide open. Like,
And they're not downfield,
yeah, they're waiting.
and these offensive linemen can hunt downfield. We saw it for the last 4 weeks. And if you're a DB going against the Bears, you're living in fear because
Yeah.
you will be hit by one of these offensive linemen
Yeah,
at
fucking
some point
ran
in
over.
this game. And
Yeah.
you're getting, if Theo gets a hold of you, man, you're getting mugged again. You're gonna wake up, wonder where your watch is,
It's gonna take you to the Gatorade coolers.
Right. But you know what, man? I can't say anything on the play calling. You had the graphic up before. 300 plus yards a game in offense, average. When was the last time we saw that?
Yeah, that's insane.
Points, top 6th in the league. I think we're 6th in points.
I'll do it again for the
yeah.
people in the back. Yeah, it's
So,
unbelievable. This is uncharted bear territory we're in. Yeah. 6th in the
It's-
league in points. 6th. Like,
think
okay,
of
yeah, we
how
put up,
many games we could have won in the past if we were averaging 27 points a game.
so I know we've talked about this in the past. Yeah. With our defense as good as it was, holding people to 17 points, somewhere in that range,
Mhm.
and us saying after all of our losses, if our offense can just score 21 fucking points, like
Yeah.
we'll be winning these games, but they couldn't.
Now we could say if our defense can only hold them to 21 points, we can win this game. It's a complete 180 here.
It
And
is. That's what.
it's weird to be talking about a Bears team like this. This is uncharted territory for a lot of us where the show is dominated by offense, but how can it not be? I mean, you just saw the graphic twice.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Who would have thunk it? I love living in this world. Let's hope that we get kind of more towards the middle here with our defense here too. But
So that's all we'll need. That's kind of all we need at this point is just we don't need the top 5,
no.
top 10 defense in the league. Just give me middle of the pack defense. Okay.
16 and we're good. Mhm.
Yes. And now we're doing things. Now we're getting somewhere.
Worked for the Commanders last year, didn't it? Weren't they like middle of the pack defense, top 3 offense?
Yeah.
They only made it to the championship game,
Yeah.
NFC championship. But
Yeah.
hey, maybe when we get some of these reinforcements, we could get back to there. Until then, hold on, boys and girls. You might want to take some overs.
Yeah, and you don't want to do this every week. I
No.
mean, so we got the Giants, and they got a pretty good front 4, so I don't know how our run game's going to do, but their quarterback, not that I want to touch too much on the Giants, but their quarterback, a young kid, apparently he's got a great arm, but the kid's got legs. right?
Mhm.
He could frustrate our defense by running for first downs. If that game ends up turning into a shootout with the Giants, it's going to be like, oh, here we go again. And I don't
Yeah.
want to do that. That's what I'm hearing, Chris. I'm hearing Dart is awesome.
He lost
know.
his running mate though.
But he did lose his
Scatterbo.
running back mate.
Yeah.
Scatterbo's gone. And then Neighbors is also out.
Mhm.
So, but, whatever. Then maybe their team's got next man up mentality.
Mhm.
And it's not going to take a whole lot to expose our secondary because they're kind of buns.
Yeah.
You'll take our defense over Dallas's? Yeah. It's might be an even
Maybe
trade-off.
defensive play caller. I mean, personnel wise, I think they match up pretty similar
Kind of
right
pretty
now.
similar.
Yeah. Except that your D coordinator likes to call shell coverages and doesn't run a freaking man coverage ever. Sits back in zone. But
Doesn't blitz ever.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well,
No
I mean, dude.
chances.
So, Chris, I mean, we could easily be saying the same thing with that game against the Bengals. Yeah, we scored 41 and we still lost. I mean, it came down to that final fucking play for us to win. I mean, so maybe our defenses are really even.
Yeah. Let's talk about Caleb then, man. Dude's got ice water in his veins, man. He has shown it. I wish I would have grabbed the screen grab off of it, but over the last 2 years, he had, I think, somewhere around 8 drives where he has put the team in position to win in the last 2 years.
Yep.
Year and a half at this point. The dude is clutch. That's one thing we can say about Caleb. He's clutch. And accuracy be damned. I would rather have that because we talked about it before. We can coach accuracy. That can be coached through footwork, repetition.
Right.
But you either are clutch or you're not, man. Look at Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Dude, if it came down to him with his arm, you had zero thought that he's going to be able to pull it out. With Caleb, like you said in the beginning, 53 seconds left. And let's not, discount the fact that the game management in that case led him to be able to have one timeout still.
Mm-hmm.
So that was well coached that way. In the Flus era, we would be 19 seconds, no timeouts, and then go out there and take a knee and just call it good, right? Or, run a slip screen or a bubble screen and get tackled in bounds and the game would be over.
Stop it. I'm having all these flashbacks of ugly, gross football scenarios.
He was clutch. The kid threw a dart when it counted.
Man,
to Loveland. Put it in a tight window. And if Loveland, even if he did get tackled, it put him in the position to try to kick a game-winning field goal. Actually, it wouldn't have been a game-winning field goal. They were down by 5, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, they were down 41-42. So, they could have kicked it. Yeah. They could have kicked a game-winning field goal there. And then we would have put it on Santos. But Loveland's like, I listened to Everything Bears show, and I know Santos ain't going to make this kick. So you decided to break a tackle and make a house call.
Get on my back, Loveland. Boys.
Yeah.
Get on here. Jump right on. Taking us to the promised land.
We ain't letting old noodle leg ruin this one.
Oh, they'll have to break them off. They're gonna have to. Yeah, we don't pay players, but when it comes to a franchise quarterback, Poles is gonna have to break them off.
Yeah, I'm assuming we're talking about Caleb here. He's gonna want big money, and he's gonna get it. He's gonna be 60 million plus by the time those quarterback contracts come up. If the Bears are smart, they take a page out of Jerry Jones' book and rip it up and say, we're signing this guy in year 4 instead of letting him get to year 5 where it's going to cost us and $60 million for a guy who can't win a game in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott.
Dak.
Yeah. So I would be shocked if his deal's not done by the end of year 4. Because they know they're going to option him unless the freaking wheels fall off. And at that point, you'll just see shells sitting up here talking about our beloved Bears and just where it all went wrong as we're doing shots on the show,
right?
To try to drown our miseries. But
from re-entering quarterback purgatory,
yes,
because we'll spiral right back into that.
Mm-hmm.
But we have Ben Johnson now. I see. I don't think we're going to have this problem. No. I mean, as clunky as the offense has looked so far, it has gotten a little bit better with each game.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen much regression, if any, and so that gives me optimism that the kid's going to keep getting better. I'm in my mind, I'm branching to next season already. I would bet in his 3rd year on his rookie contract, if he's fucking balling out of control, they'll sign him there.
You think that early, huh?
Yeah, they won't take it to 4.
Done.
Yeah, they won't take it to year 4, especially if the kid's on a steep ascension, because then the money's just going to get bigger. So it's like, all right, we see where this is going. Let's just pay him right now.
But the salary cap's going to go up. I would, man, not to contradict you, but I would be shocked if they signed him in year 3, even if he is balling out. Don't you want that one more year of the rookie deal quarterback to try to,
oh God,
get this thing going? But
absolutely,
that's where the true game starts to play, is once you have your quarterback with big money. Now, how do you sustain it?
Yeah,
look at the Chiefs.
Trickier keeping talented players. You're going to have who took the pay cut? Was it Tom Brady? Who took the pay cut to keep players?
I think his top year earning. Well, he signed a big contract with the Bucks for a final payday. But when he was in New England, I think his highest year that he got paid was $10 million.
Yeah,
but that was his dad who wanted.
That was his dad who said that. Yeah. And then I don't think the Bears have any shares.
No, they're all going to Ditka. But I mean, if he throws for 4,000 yards and 35 touchdowns, they might say, hey, you want a sliver of this? Right. Because you are now immortalized in Bears history as the first quarterback to throw 4,000 yards.
They'll have a statue outside the stadium. Are you kidding?
With him wearing a chain with 4,000 on it.
4K.
Yeah, 4K. Sitting out in front of the new stadium. Listen here, man. Speaking of the new stadium, we got to make this pact right now. When that sucker opens, you and I are going to a game first year.
Yeah.
Start saving, get the piggy bank out right now.
They're never getting that fucking thing done. They'll build that shit in Indiana before they. Pritzker and Cook County councilmen have not been kind to the Bears. They're throwing everything at them. Like, I guess the Bears still owe money for the renovation that they did. So therefore, you're not getting any public help with the stadium in Arlington Heights until you. Pritzker's a fuckhead. I can't stand him. That's also a different show.
Right. That's a different. By the time this thing, well, I mean, maybe not by the time it breaks ground, but by the time it's finished, Pritzker's going to be out of there anyway. But let's not get too far into the weeds here.
I know. Yeah. I hope
before we start talking about New York. So,
holy shit. New York.
By New York, I meant the Giants, not.
Yeah. Because look at that organization. It's a mess.
Yeah.
What we were saying is Mom Dami can maybe fix. He might be able to fix the Giants.
I heard he might be defunding the Giants, though. But anyway, let's
free Giants tickets for everybody. You don't have to pay for parking. You don't have to pay for hot dogs or beer or any of that. It's all free. Holy
Ugh.
shit balls. Look, and I'm just gonna say this really quick. You get what you vote for, New York. You're gonna get what you vote for. All right.
Yeah.
So
No
anyway,
new stadiums for you guys.
fuck no. And if they do, you ain't gonna want to go to that stadium because you're gonna get fucking jumped on the way in and out. Because there ain't gonna be no cops around. My God. But I just, I've kind of been beaten by that situation too. Kevin Warren was brought in here years ago to get this deal done. And I've been saying this on every Bears podcast and every Bears Twitter. I've said it and I've said it and I've said it and I've said it. Kevin Warren, fine. He got a stadium done in Minnesota. That's cute. Minnesota. You're in fucking Chicago now, Jack. One of the most corrupt fucking cities in the United States, okay? Now,
We have a prison wing dedicated to some of our governors. Just throwing that out there.
throwing that out there. So there's
Yeah.
that. My contention was, Kevin, you haven't shown up to these meetings with a big enough duffel bag, okay? You need to show up with a Brinks truck. Beep, beep, beep.
Pop that trunk there, son.
Right there. All right. Open the doors. Let's go. And that's just bribe money. Okay. If you give the heir to the Marriott Hotel heir, Pritzker, a big enough Brinks truck, he'll say, oh yeah, stadium, boom, stamp, this done, build it. Off you go.
Yeah.
You just haven't brought enough money.
That's just how Chicago rolls, baby.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's Kevin's naivety. That's how naive he is. You just ain't gonna stroll into Chicago, get a stadium fucking built. You got to grease all the cogs and all the wheels. Then
We have a word for this. In Chicago, we call it clout. You got to have clout. And clout is earned by this, baby. It's not about the money. It's about the money.
It's well, and here's another problem too. Pritzker knows that the Bears are worth $9 billion. Okay. So he knows that. And then when you come to the table with little tiddlywinks, he's like, get the fuck out of here. You're not ready.
Yeah.
You're not ready to negotiate this.
You know what?
stadium.
Make that 2 trucks.
Yeah. Yeah. So but I'm going to agree with you. When they do break ground and stick a shovel in the dirt and get that shit done, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Yeah.
We will bring the laptops and we will go live in the parking lot, baby.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Why not?
Tailgating out there. We'll do this. We'll
figure
still
it
do
out.
our pregame show. There might be some smoke going on in kielbasa and all kinds of things going on. But
I'll
we can
pick
still
up
do a show.
tailgating smoker for sure. For sure. Yeah.
Yeah. What are we going to get out there at like 3 a.m?
Man,
5?
You know what? Man, I probably won't even have to do that. If I do brisket, right? I'll just hold it in the cooler overnight. And then by the time we get there, set up, we'll slice it up.
Yes.
Maybe a little homemade mac and cheese, some smoked mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're talking.
We got plenty of time to figure this out.
We do, because they're nowhere near getting that stadium built.
3 years at the earliest.
And now they're waiting until the new year to go back to the tables again, too. So this is at this point, I'm so turned off by the stadium that I don't even give a shit anymore. That's where I'm at. I was excited, and okay, Arlington Heights took me a second to kind of absorb that one and think, well, it's probably easier to get to. There's going to be more room. So I think, okay, I like the Arlington Heights thing. And nope, they just can't keep getting it done. They can't get it done. So at this point, I'm like, you know what? I don't give a fuck. Rockford, Joliet, I don't give a shit. Wherever you want to build it, I don't care. Just wake me up when you're doing it. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me know when it's done. Slide me some ticks and we'll be good.
Yeah, that's it, man. It's so, but we'll get there. We'll get there. It'll get done, I'm sure. Okay. They'll get it done. And then we'll have like this perfect storm of elements happening right?
Mhm.
Because let the Bears get good first.
Right.
Let the Bears get good first. Then you're like, hey, new stadium, badass team, badass head coach, franchise quarterback, like all those. It's just like the perfect storm of like just awesomeness. Let's
Mhm.
get it.
Let's not wait too long, okay? Because I want to be badass right away. Hell no to Rockford. Yes, we
I know.
we know about Rockford.
Yeah.
But if we're waiting 5, 6 years, to be Super Bowl contenders, I think that's a little bit too long of a window for this team. I think something would have gone wrong or something went off of the rails. But
Yeah.
hopefully, we're one of those teams that when they get this thing built, we have a chance of hosting a Super Bowl, and you get a chance of playing a home Super Bowl game. That would be
I
cool.
so okay, so that goes back to my perfect storm scenario where let the team get good, stadium's ready to open, and then in the first couple years of that stadium being built, we got to be a shoo-in to
Yeah,
host the Super Bowl. Well, then if we're hitting our peak, if we turn into the Kansas City Chiefs, like we could play a home Super Bowl. How awesome.
yeah. The more I'm thinking about this, I think we got to figure out how to do something before then because I'm a little nervous now when this thing's going to get built. I don't think I want to wait 5 years before we go to a game. Even if we're
Yeah,
on the
okay.
road somewhere, let's go to a destination game. Like, hey, I'll meet you in Kansas City. That'd be all right. Get some
All right.
barbecue,
Hold on.
taking a game.
Let's do this really quick. Hold on.
I'd be okay with that. I mean, hell, at this point, I drove by Minnesota Stadium last night.
It's a beauty,
Um,
huh?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
looks nice from the outside. Too
Yeah.
bad it's trash on the inside, but whatever.
It is?
No, it's really nice, but
Oh. You just wanted to
yeah,
make yourself feel better for a second.
I'd go see a game there. I'd go see a Bears
Yeah.
game there. Why not?
Um So we got Giants next, obviously, Sunday. Then we have the Vikings. Then the Steelers. We're at home against the Steelers there, November 23rd. Then we play we got a Friday game, Black Friday,
Against the Eagles.
against the Eagles. 3:00 game.
I'm so mad at that time frame. Listen, man, a lot of us work in retail. Why the hell are you throwing the Bears on at 3? I'll be watching that shit on my phone while I'm working.
We don't play the Bucks this year. Bears Bucks. I got family down in Tampa, but we don't play the Bucks this year unless we see them in the playoffs. Oh,
Shots fired early, huh? Okay.
then we got let's see the Packers. I'm not going to Lambeau.
I've seen a game there. My back still
You've
hurts
been?
from that shitty place.
Yeah,
That's a shitty stadium inside.
I thought our stadium sucked.
Yeah, it is literally nothing but bench seating. I've actually seen 2 games there. One in January, freezing my ass
Ooh.
off. But
Ooh,
they played the Texans, and the Texans threw up like 500 yards on them and blew their doors off. And then I saw a
Ooh.
preseason game there. And so,
nice.
yeah, the tickets were free. That's the only reason why I went.
Then we got the Browns. We play the Browns this year. Nice. Okay.
Yeah,
That's in Chicago. That's December 14th. Then the Packers come to Chicago December 20th. And then we're off to San Francisco the 28th. And then we finish up the season January 4th at home against the Lions. Aren't correct me if I'm wrong because it's been a while since I've been to a Soldier Field game. Bears tickets are bitch to come by, ain't they?
Oh, sure. Yeah. You have to go secondary market, and it's going to cost a few bucks, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. Next year, we're going to figure it out. Even if we got to go see them on the road and maybe we just pick a shitty team and just meet in a random city, why not?
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah, and
That could work.
we'll just go live it up for a weekend. But remember when we were kids when we went to Bears opener, Lions Bears?
Yep.
Hot as hell that day. Think
Yep.
Tommy Waddle was still playing.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh,
So,
Tommy Waddle.
yeah.
So did you go with us? So I had been to a couple, 2 or 3 Lions Bears games, and there's this famous Barry Sanders run that's always played on his highlight reel. I was at that game.
Mm. Nope,
So
we were just at the one.
we were at the one.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Detroit's really good right now, or else that'd be a great place to go catch a game. That field's really nice, according to my family. So
Is it Ford Field?
yeah.
I think I've been there once.
But now that they're good, their tickets actually cost a lot of money now.
Yeah, they're good. They're a good football team.
Yeah.
There's no denying that one.
But
Yeah. All right.
anyway,
That
2
was it,
hours.
folks.
Oof.
2 hours.
Heavy lifting, baby.
25 of you in here. Thank you so much for hanging out.
Mhm.
Don't forget, like, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you get the notifications when we go live. We'll be live this Sunday morning for the pre-game show.
9
What
a.m.
was that?
Central.
9 a.m. Central. Thank you, Drew.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yep.
But yeah, great show tonight. It was great. As I apologize to my co-host Drew and all of you out there that I went against the grain and picked the Bears to lose, and they pulled it out. So I ate my crow.
Hey, we're looking for we don't look back here. So on
That's
to
right.
the Giants.
We're the next game mentality.
Yeah. Yep.
But yep, that'll be our pregame show on Sunday morning. Everybody, take care until then. Thank you.
Bear down.